technical whoops there, so allow me to explain what just happened to you all. I legit had my mic not in the sound input because I updated my computer. And I forgot to check. So now I'm going to have to explain to all of you this amazing, well, first off, I'm deleting the VOD that had no sound. Alright. And I had to confirm on my own Twitch that I had sound. So, yeah. That was nice. So if anyone's still in here, thank you. So now I will be going over what I was talking about when my mic was muted for the past 40 minutes. And this will be the VOD that is uploaded. But first, we're going to correct... We're going to correct the oops I made by sharing around this link again, but now with the mic. Oh my god, I am so sorry, chat, that I was an idiot. Although longtime fans of the channel do know that this is not my first oops. This is actually the least damaging oops I have ever had. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for Jesus. So, anyways, explaining what I am doing here is going to be a long process. First off, we're making builds. I was making building secrets, and I guess all of a sudden the chat just went, "Yeah, you know what? Screw you." Or not my chat. Your chat. Your beautiful chat. My recording equipment, basically. My headphones and my mic just went, "Screw you." But anyways. This is mushrooms. These are mushrooms. And I was explaining that end rods with mycelium. It looks very nice. It makes a very mushroomy shape. And that we can make that mushroomy shape and texture out of practically everything. So for example, we're going to use glass again and shulker boxes. I personally love the glass look. The glass looks the best in my opinion. For the smallest mushrooms, you want to go with glass. For bigger mushrooms, like that one, I guess, that I spent 20 minutes building without audio, you want to go with different types of blocks, but the glass ones, look at all the texture we get. And like the scenery from just having glass. It looks beautiful. And if you don't like glass, which fair enough, some people don't like glass, use a shulker. Shulkers have the same variety of colors as glass. and they give off the same vibes. Shulkers have a lot more detail, like this little bottom swirly pattern that I don't know if everyone knows was on a shulker. You can't see it on things like this, and I'll show it up here. Especially darker ones, it's very difficult to see it. But first off, they have functionality. Second off, they look beautiful. And if you really want to, I was showing this without audio. You can even turn them upside down to get that pattern on the top. The only problem is you can't open them, so you lose a bit of functionality. And I believe that they honestly do look uglier upside down. You want this pattern on the bottom, in my opinion, because it looks more like a mushroom-like pattern on the bottom. Like the gills. And I'll put these away so I can show this off easier. You can use all the types of glass, all the types of shulkers. So like green, get some greens. Bam, 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 bam. You can use, hell, you can even use, I hate this type of glass, but yellow glass, it's way too vibrant in my opinion. Just like, way too vibrant. But yellow glass with orange glass, I think looks nice. Can complement this mycelium. You can use ores. Ores are very nice for these mushrooms. Specifically the more colorful ones like gold and copper and emerald. Redstone is a nice one, but I wouldn't go for it because specifically redstone will glow whenever we touch it or we land on it, so it ends off giving out this particle effect that we can't see on any other ores. But diamond, first off, if you really feel like just flexing your amount of diamonds to the fact that you just have an ore as a decoration, go ahead and do it like this. Just put like a diamond mushroom around. Not only does it look amazing, and in my opinion is like one of my favorite ways to make these mushrooms, but now with the new deep slate ores, we can mix and match, and we can have variety among them, and it looks beautiful. And not only this, deep slate ores, deep slate, tough, and where's basalt? Smooth basalt and regular basalt, I personally believe that regular basalt does not work well for this because of that property of it. But look, basalt, deep slate, and look at this. We got like some nice gray mushrooms with white stems. The best part of building mushrooms is quite literally any color you can think of. A mushroom has been that color. So like these colors, there's probably a mushroom that is like a combination of these. And also, the reason I use end rods is the functionality, as you can see. It is starting to turn to night, and they're glowing. And this really helps with cave builds, I feel. Like, you want good cave builds. End rod, put blocks on top, mix and match them, you have mushrooms. Even gravel. Gravel looks good. Granted, it's still ugly as sin, but it looks good. There's also the idea of like slabs, but personally there's some slabs that work and some that don't. I think prismarine slabs work well, and specifically if you add some like oxidized copper, it looks really natural. Like these look natural. But if I were to add, like, the waxed oxidized copper slabs, these, well, they would look better if they were like a smooth version, like there was no intersection. But otherwise, I don't really like them. Is that someone texting me to say, yes, my mic is working? No, it's someone texting me an image. Sweet Jesus Christ. Anyways. I also think lapis, look at this. Lapis blocks generally don't have a lot of like purpose outside of building. Storage, I guess, is nice, but like, look at how much they look. Just so beautiful. And as you saw earlier, I did use honey blocks. I did attempt to use coral blocks earlier, but they die. So it's kind of worthless unless you want some gray variants to your mushrooms. So like, for example, I personally think brain coral looks really nice, along with fire coral for mushrooms and horn coral. But the tube coral and the bubble coral, I'm very biased towards the bubble coral. These look very nice for like gray mushroom textures, and they add variety to your build, especially in a cave. Just look at how well they complement this tuff, and you'll see what I mean. And hell, let's even get the gravel in there. And look at that. Complements the build nicely. Why are so many people texting me right now? What else can I show you? I'm trying to think of like. Well, I have seen this argument. So chat, I gotta think of how I'm gonna place this. Wait, not sand. So chat, this in my opinion is the world's laziest mushroom. It's such a lazy mushroom it doesn't even work. Oh. Man, these pistons hate me today, huh? This, in my opinion, is one of the lazier mushroom designs that you can do. The only thing is that it looks incredibly ugly and doesn't work at all. So what else do I recommend for mushrooms? Get creative with them. Again, there's so many blocks that you could use now. Amethyst, in particular, I believe looks amazing. It really complements the like purple of mycelium being very desaturated with this very bright purple that's very saturated. As you can tell, like, this looks beautiful. But also, oh, do I have the sound? Well, normally amethyst blocks make sounds when you walk on them like this. Oh, you just can barely hear them. But I think that's really nice. You can also try other blocks for mushrooms. Clay. Clay is going to become a huge building tool. Mainly because we are finally receiving renewable clay. Look at how well it makes a gray mushroom. Look at that. Do you love it, chat? Because I sure do. Again, ugly gravel finally has a use. Finally has a use in my builds, besides being like a path that I walk on. And even better, like andesite, this useless filler stone. Finally a use. The only thing that I would never put on a mushroom is something industrial looking, like a block of iron. This doesn't work well, it's too, like, unnatural. I wouldn't put anything with, like, cuts on it, like cut copper. Nah. And bookshelves, well, it's very clear this isn't a mushroom. But some slabs, or like, because look at that, that looks like a mushroom. I should also show this. I personally believe that brown is a very good color for mushrooms. It is the only time I believe that brown is a legitimately pretty color. And you can do so much with brown mushrooms. But at the same time, we're also lacking a lot of brown blocks. You can also try to use regular mushroom blocks. I'll show that off real quick for you all. But look, these look like very nice mushrooms. You can also do regular mushrooms though, and the way that you do that is you have to have the mushroom specifically, and this is very difficult to do if you messed it up like I just said. You have to break this one and then replace it with an end rod to have this bottom. Otherwise, if we don't do that, we have just like a full block and it looks like this. And to prove my point on how that looks better, we're gonna look at this. This looks better than if we just did this. And then we just have the same pattern on the bottom. But yeah, I believe that personally, this pattern looks nice. When you're making mushrooms, go with like a... If you're not sure what color scheme you want in mushrooms, go like orange and brown. You could go yellow too. I think that yellow works. Go, and for materials, go with like stuff that you're not really used to using. Stuff that you want. Don't go with just the 2 mushroom blocks that we have. Go with like literally anything orange, literally anything green or whatnot. Just remember that some results may vary. For example, I think that block of emerald does not look mushroomy. It might look mushroomy to you, but it certainly doesn't to me. And then the absolute best mushroom block. You've seen it in the background. Honey. This makes for an amazing mushroom block. This is like the best mushroom block. So let's go dissect this right now. This giant mushroom I have made. I spent 20 minutes making this. I will do it again because apparently mic moment. So first off, we have honey blocks and there's carpets on the top. We put orange and yellow. We did try acacia trap doors, but to my memory, they looked a lot better, and I figured out that apparently they don't look as great as I remember. As you can see right here, it's supposed to add like spots to make the mushroom look a little more buried, but unfortunately it instead makes the mushroom look rather jarring. So we're gonna remove them. Maybe that new mangrove color will look nice. But who knows? Anywho. Lightning rods. They can look alright. I think personally they look more like mini mushrooms that you'd put at the bottom, like here, like around the big one. Like this is the baby. Or you put them around these guys, because like, hey, look, they don't attach. And if your own mushrooms are orange, that actually looks really nice. The only problem is they also don't look very like good next to the end rods. If you could color an end rod, I would love that. And then we could use like the mushroom color. Like make these orange, have little copper rods. But also I could just use bamboo. But, well, I can't fully grow it, but still. Anyways, on to talking about this thing again. Wait, on the inside, we have shroom lights. Shroom lights provide light for when it's nighttime. So, for example, and we also have things like gold or raw gold blocks, honeycomb, right there, honeycomb blocks, some stained glass panes to get this dripping effect we have. And at the bottom, under the dripping specifically, we have honey blocks with shroom light under them. Because these act as grounded light sources. And they also give the effect that, like, the mushroom's dripping out slime. Which I think looks nice. You basically want to use any of these blocks in my inventory right now. Sponge in particular is very difficult, I believe, because first off, it's incredibly hard to get it, like in numerous amounts, and second off, it's more like a utility to use for cleaning up water messes rather than using it in a build efficiently. As you can see, though, it kind of gives off a nice effect when put in the honey. I think that personally you should be focusing more on the raw gold ore and maybe glowstone. As you can see, glowstone compared to shroom light is very different. You probably want shroom lights more. But also, we have to talk about the stem. I'm going to put down the stem blocks in here and just show you just how crazy this stem gets. Practically any white block is up for grabs here. But I specifically do not like using the type of quartz stairs that are not smooth. Not smooth quartz stuff gives off the wrong type of vibe, in my opinion. So I'm going to put them side by side so you can see. This is the smooth quartz. Let's put some torches by them. This is the smooth quartz versus the regular quartz. It really does not have the like same vibe on the regular quartz block. So to make it more obvious, we're gonna get the mushroom stem out, which is right here. You see how the smooth quartz kind of blends in flawlessly? The only difference really being color, which is the smooth quartz is very light. And then we have the regular quartz block, and it's got this edge to it, and it doesn't function well. Yeah. I don't like that. So we get rid of it for this. But anyways, now I can show you other things. So first off, the spore blossom we hide very deep into the mushroom to where you can't really see it without looking for it directly. And the reason because is it makes this nice spore atmosphere, which when you're near a giant mushroom like this, you're probably going to notice that there's a lot of spores around the area. And that is going to be obvious. We also have glow lichen vines and glowberries. I will explain those in a second, but first let me organize my inventory a little bit more. And the glowberries is if you don't have enough light coming off, you can plant some glowberries onto it. Personally, this collides with the dripping effect for me because, like, well, we got vines. And the vines, I believe that you put them on the inside. We're in a desert right now, so it looks much better. If I was in, like, a swamp, these would be too green, for my opinion. But when you're in the desert, they come off kind of yellowish, and I think it looks nice. And meanwhile, the glow lichen is just to add more light. And I believe it looks nice because it's already, like, adding more to your fungus. Look at that. We can add it, like, here, 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 and here, and here. And I think it looks like a nice overgrown mushroom. Now, the cobwebs, this is what I do with them. Just slap them around on the inside. Make it look like a spider was living in here. It's a huge mushroom after all, so it's very viable that a spider would probably crawl up into the cap and live in there. But now, since I have fixed my mic, thanks Twitch, we're going to show off a different type of mushroom. This one's very yellow. And when I walk on it, it's very sticky. But what if I wanted to have a different vibe of mushroom? What if I wanted to have a mushroom that wasn't yellow? So, unfortunately for you, get out here, yellow blocks. You're going into the abyss. What if I want a green one? Well, I would use these types of blocks. You're free to make your mushroom whatever color you feel like. Like, if you want a pink mushroom, make your mushroom pink. Who's gonna stop you? The government? But, yeah, we got a lot of green blocks out here. Let me do my thinking though, because moss is the texture I love, but I also want to get some more. So we might go for some leaves on the inside. I'm going to pull out some, like, leaves that are notably, like, different. Some glow lichen. Wait, I already have that in my inventory. And let's try and make a green mushroom now. Well, first we're going to put these away. And we're going to pull out our stem tools. Now, I'm going to make a little square of mycelium again. And this one may not have as much lighting. We can add the shroom lights if we want, but I believe that personally it's not going to look as great. And that's because it's hard to get, like, colored light in Minecraft. Alright. There we go. There we go. So, what I always start it with, no matter what. Where is it? It's hard to find it in all these white blocks. Mushroom stem. Because mushroom stems have to start from somewhere, right? As you see, we got ours, like, curving around over there. I always like to put stairs. So it's, like, growing. You don't have to put stairs. You could just do slab. But stairs do add something. We're going to make it grow kind of in a curvier direction. When I was building that one, I didn't make it as curvy and had to add them later. I want to change that. I want to make it a lot curvier than usual. Let's add mushroom stem there. Bit of calcite. And our stem is getting completed. Ooh, we could add a slab there instead and do this. Alright. Let's make it a bit higher. Just to show off. I like making the mushrooms kind of spiral. I think it adds to the fantasy element I'm already trying to establish with them. Alright. So we got our slime blocks, and we got our shroom lights. I bring out the shroom lights for one specific reason, and that is because it adds more light to the build. Personally, you know, I always start it like this. Build up your cap, right? That's where our cap's peak is, like over there. And we're gonna spread it out gently. Spread it out gently. Spread it out gently. Look at that, right? This is our skeleton. So this is the mushroom like before anything is added. I think it's too linear, so add in that. I think that this will add variety to the mushroom and make it look different from that one. And now, this is my only necessary light source. But we're gonna add just a bit more. And now we have to add a circle to it. So the way I always start that is I work from the bottom up. It is very difficult sometimes. You may see on this one that we have some like blocks already added here, but we want to add a circle shape to it. So the way I do that, like before we add anything, is we want to first make these stretch out a bit. Stretch your legs. I'm looking at the shroom light through this block, through this line block. Not bad. And look at that. We've already got a bit of a circle going, huh? Oh wait, I messed this one up. Oh, it's because I accidentally broke a block here. And just a bit more. Look at that, chat. I haven't really experimented around with the slime block as much as I should. But let's go. So now we make it so like this covers up the cap a bit. And then boom. At the top here, you're gonna notice that I'm leaving this block uncovered. It is a stylistic choice to do that. This one is covered. It has a honey block on top, but I want to first figure out how this will look before I cover up the top. Whoops. Boing. And then we add the blocks here. We're going to build off these blocks a lot, but you'll notice that we aren't covering the inside of mushroom yet with anything because we haven't finished the outside. Once we finish the outside, you can go inside this mushroom. You can make it your home. You can do whatever you want with it. Personally, if I start a server, a Minecraft series with my friends, I might make them a house like this. Imagine me outside a house like this. We might make this one into a house just as a proof of concept. Alright. I don't know about you, chat. I like how this looks right here. I might add that. I might take that away because we have it over there. Let me look again. It's just... I messed it up a little, but that's okay. Yeah, we want it right here instead. Look at that. It's very slimy. The orange shroom lights really do like shine right through this, which is a bit of a problem in my mind, but I'm gonna try and not let it bother me right now. Bother me. So yeah, I'm gonna add some slime here. Let's take it back a bit. There we go. Nice tall mushroom that's green. But what about the inside of it? Well, it's kind of bland, right? But why don't we try making it into a house, just to show what I meant. So first off, we'd want to add like some leaves to add texture. So like add leaves. Don't need to bother with the ones around the shroom light, but look at this. Now it looks like if I touch that, I would feel something. Granted, a jungle... I'm realizing now that a desert is not the best place for, like, any sort of green builds, because of, like, if I wanted to use leaves, I'd have to look through here to see, like, how green they could be. But I think that looks nice. Let's line the bottom. And some of the top of these. It looks like I live in a treehouse, but in reality I'm living in a mushroom house, which is like a treehouse, except it's full of fungi. It turns out I have a mold problem. Mainly I'm living in a giant mold. I just realized, chat. If I live in the mushroom house, I would never have a good like sleeping temperature, because I would definitely be humid all the time. Alright. Let's actually put the spore blossom right up there. And then I believe that looks very beautiful. So to make it into a house, we probably want to like... First off, let's go decorate the outside. Let's go see the outside and then decorate it. This gets my seal of approval. It definitely looks very nice. I think that this is like... When I look at it, I'm like, yeah, the texture is nice. Oh, The bounciness of my house, just in case I accidentally land on it, very wonderful. And I can add some moss carpets to give it spots and like texture, more color and texture. Oh, you know who would actually love this house? It's Bunny, because she loves the color green. Maybe I should show her how to make it. Oh. Bunny and Abby would love this because it's very green. And we add some glow lichen on the outside just to make it glow even more. And we add some vines too. If this was a swamp, this would definitely fit right in. This feels like it would just be the ultimate swamp house. Then we add some vines on the inside and glow lichen on the inside. Overgrow it. I don't know, Chad. How do you like this? I think this is a really nice house. And to cement my idea of how easily we can make this a house. I'm trying to think. Do I like it a little bit raised, or do I like it a little lower? You know what? I'm going to do what we did on the honey block, which is add a bit more droop to the cap. And then, because we can, I believe this will look much nicer on the slime than the honey. Let's add some glowberries to it. And it looks like this giant overgrown mushroom jungle. This looks like something I would see out of a D&D session rather than like Minecraft, in my opinion. But I think that's part of the charm about it. Add. Oh, no, I cannot. It really does look like a fairy lives in this house. Alright, what else can I add to you? Oh, can I add ferns on top of... Nope. That's okay, though. An azalea bush. Nope. I'm wondering if I could add more to the top of it, but I don't know if I want to, honestly. I think that this looks amazing. Now, for wood, I would definitely use a wood. So it looks even more mushroomy. Or, like, more all-natural as a house. Because we have such a white floor, like, support, I would definitely add, like, some nice... Oh, look, we got glowberries blooming. I love this house. This has officially become one of my favorite ideas for a Minecraft house. You could say it grew on me. But I don't know, I think I grew on it. Oh wait, we can actually add moss blocks. That's actually a good idea. If you don't like leaves, you can add moss and make it more green. Look at this stuff. I think if I could, like actually start a Minecraft Let's Play series with my friends, such as Edis and Bunny, then I would definitely show them how to make this house, because I think that this house looks wonderful. Granted, it would take a lot of materials to make. And I haven't even found out. Oh, this could be like the staircase. Oh, that's actually wonderful. Oh, I got rid of my glowberries, but that's okay. So see, we can put a little. Let's put. Actually, it's a moss carpet would be nice rather than regular carpet. But look at this chat. Don't you like it? If only there could be grass growing on the floor. Then this would look absolutely flawless. Like, without fail, this would be one of the most amazing parts of the build if there could be grass on it. And look at that. I live in a giant mushroom, chat. Oops. Oops. Oh. Oh, no, it was because there was a block there. So how do you like this, chat? Made a nice little mushroom house. Granted, it's short and small, but I don't mind it. I'm also going to put a little trapdoor up here. Look at this. Oh, can I not put a trapdoor up on the flower? I thought that would look very pretty. But yeah, I think that this is nice. We only need a way to get up and down. Like, safely. But yeah, I think it's nice. And you know what's the best part? We can add some slime, like, under these vines. I showed you before, I believe, that we had dripping. But we can add some more to this build. I think it would have also been more helpful if I added, like... Alright, so... If I made that stem into a staircase, maybe that would have been helpful, but I don't mind it. And look at this shit. So not only does like the glowberries really add to this build, but the slime looks beautiful on a mushroom. I think that we can actually expand this pool right here. Yeah, maybe add a bit more. Just so it looks like it was actively dripping slime onto the ground. Rather than just like, oh, it's all the slime under the drippings. It's because some of the drippings are actually close together. But yeah. And then we take the mycelium and we spread it around a bit more. I really like how this came out. Oops. Granted, I am not a supporter of slime genocide that this would cause, but still, I think it looks beautiful. Oh wow, we were bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. And look, you want to see something else that we could do, chat? Remember this end rod trick I showed you earlier? Well, say you don't like this slime dripping, or it's not bright enough for you. Add these into your dark areas. There you go. Look at that. You have this giant, super overgrown mushroom, and then you have all these little mushrooms underneath it that obviously spawn from all these spores. And best part is that it's not only full of lighting, but it's full of literally life. I wonder if we could actually add more to it. Oh, we could add drip leaves. That's right, those are new. Oh wait, those can't be planted. That's right, because of mycelium. So if you wanted to plant drip leaves, I guess you could just do podzol instead, which I personally prefer as the block. This definitely gives more of a forest floor vibe. I think it looks great. I don't think that mushrooms grow on podzol as big as they do on mycelium, but this gives a massive forest floor vibe, and it looks absolutely legendary when you mix it in with something like this. If the slime was a little more blue, it would absolutely look really amazing, like if slime was turquoise, because then it would complement the orange and brown. But I like podzol. Oh my god, I love how this build came out. Next time, though, I'm gonna make it in a giant swamp. Yeah. Let's add some drip leaf to that. Maybe some moss. Oh, can drip leaf grow on moss? Okay, drip leaf grows on moss. Let's add some moss. You know what I'm so happy about though, chat? Is that instead of just... Oops. I might have to be careful because I don't want to plant azaleas, I just want mushrooms. On the bright side, if I plant too much azaleas, I can always burn the ground. This is a very green build, quite literally. Look at it, that chat. Sorry, Driplet. Need to get rid of you for a second. I honestly believe if you were to tell me that some sort of fairy person lived here in this giant green build, I'd believe you. Granted, I'm a ghost. Right. So now we can add drip leaf, so it looks like there's a lot of overgrowth. As if there isn't enough already. And look at that, it looks very nice, doesn't it? It looks like a giant green area in the desert. It looks like the overgrowth. So this is not the final thing I have to show you, chat. The final thing I have to show you does not involve any of these. It instead involves what's in this final chest. These bad boys. Now, I'm going to be real with everyone. I'm going to line them up in colored order first. But these bad boys are literally my secret to doing everything. I love the color of glazed terracotta. And I'm going to teach you some very, very important secrets. So first off, most people still don't know about glazed terracotta for some reason. And the simple way to put it is it's a directional block. Oops. It's a directional block. So if I were to build it like this, it would come out very different from going around in a circle. And it has two patterns to it, and I just accidentally made the same pattern. It has two patterns to it. There's one that goes like this, and there's one that goes, or just one that goes clockwise, and one that goes counterclockwise. And as you can tell, they're pretty different. Like, we're gonna look at the fish one now. They either looks like fish or butterflies. And then this one is the one that everyone kind of loves. This one, you either got them all going in a circle or pointing. And it's really nice. And then this one's very obvious for what they were going for. But first I'm going to screw it and make it in the opposite pattern. And then the obvious pattern. It kind of looks like a lily pad. Green. Green, I legit... It has a nice pattern. But I don't really like it. It's kind of like a clover design, I guess. I personally prefer the lime one. And then you got these. Oops. They're all 4x4, which can be difficult to plan a room around. For some reason, difficult for me to execute. Oh my lord. Okay. There we go. All the points are in the middle here, while all of them are kind of a triangle here. This one I personally called the shell pattern. And it's because it shells. And there's a lot of neat stuff you can do in this one. The personal one I like is, unlike the others where you go clockwise or counterclockwise, I do it like this. But I'll show you the counterclockwise variant of it just because. It makes a pattern in the middle after all, and you might want to use that. So see, it's like, on this one it looks a lot more like seashells, on this one it's kind of like a buzzsaw sort of shape. Purple glazed is really beautiful. So first off, you obviously have like the sword shape. And if you don't do the sword shape, you got that shape. Very nice. Magenta. There's a reason this one is the least used. I am so sorry, Magenta, that they did this to you. But on the bright side, if you're just learning it, Magenta is a really handy block to have. I personally don't have a preference with magenta ones. The thing I usually use them for is for pointing. Like so. Oh look, you go this way, and then you turn this way, and then you turn this way. Outside of that, they don't have much functionality. I guess they can make a cool tower, which is another aspect I'll talk about, that you can make a cool tower out of these. But now it's on to my favorite, the pink one. Is it obvious pink is one of my favorite colors? Is it, chat? Is it obvious pink is one of my favorite colors yet? I bet you won't guess the second one. But anyways, we want to tilt these in, and we get beautiful flowers. I like changing up the flower pattern on the floor with these. So for example, I'll just show you right here. Like, the entire floor would look like this. But this one is super popular, by the way. This is light gray. And light gray, I do not blame people for loving this one. It has a space age pattern. It has like this space age pattern that looks really nice. This one is my other favorite. Can you guess? Did you guess that, chat? Did you guess that this one was my other favorite? It has this nice snowflake pattern, light blue. It's very beautiful. And the inverse of it is actually pretty difficult to get. But when you make it, I like the little snowflake that it leaves in the middle. Brown. Brown, I personally think, has kind of the ugliest pattern. Brown is one of those patterns that it just needs some work. Black, though. Black is very chic. I don't know why, but black speaks to me. And yeah, that's probably Yeetus's favorite right there. I'm gonna have to show him how to do the like entirety of it, but it looks very funny. I like how this looks like a little face right here, like he's smiling at you. Hi, Abby. Or Abby, I'm in the middle of a stream.
Minecraft, you say?
Yeah, did you watch the stream?
No, I've been busy.
Alright, well, I'm explaining something right now.
Okay, we'll continue.
Alright, this is white glazed terracotta. It looks absolutely beautiful. It is like the sun.
Share your screen with me.
Alright, I gotta share my screen. Yeah, so.
Also, look at what I sent you while you're there.
Alright. Did I forget? Oh, I forgot gray.
You have a weird with terracotta.
What was that?
Your game is so laggy. Why?
Because you're watching it on Discord screen share rather than just on my stream.
What are you playing? Like, is it Pokeport or something?
Nope. I'm just showing off build secrets. Gray, I forgot to show off. I like how it has eyes. Like these little eyes.
That's my sleep demon.
What else is there though? I think that's actually where I want to end stream. I don't have much else to show off. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to show off. Oh, I did have another trick for our mushrooms, but it doesn't work well, so I won't.
I'm waiting on my Door Dasher, and I had to put instructions, and I said, please, God, don't knock, because I have dogs.
Yep. Alright, so here's another mushroom trick. I really hated it when I first used it, and I ended up not using it. Banners. They honestly look very ugly.
Lime tree.
No, this is a mushroom. But
Lime.
if you are doing a green mushroom, pickles. I'd put them in water though because you're killing your sea pickles otherwise. And that's kind of rude.
To the sea pickles.
And you can also add flowers under your build if you didn't do mycelium. So like say you didn't feel like mining all that mycelium, so you got moss or dirt instead. Plant some flowers. I think that the flowers add because you're adding color. And what's important is to add color. It makes your build look much better. Like add red and pink to a green build and it will look much better.
Or blue.
Nah.
Dark blue would be cool. Not cornflowers though. Probably orchids.
Yeah, I would add the orchids to this one. So like just to show what I'm trying to say here. Wait. On black.
But the orchids are blue and they'd offset though, because it's yellow.
Well,
it's like
our honey blocks are more orange.
I know, but it's like it's cool tones and warm tones together. Like normally you'd stick with cool and warm, but
yeah.
like
look at that though. It's not as much as the other one because I definitely worked on the other one more. But yeah, I think it looks nice. So now I'm going to do a slow flyby. I might encourage you to go to my stream rather than have a Discord share on.
I'm watching my Door Dasher.
Alright, well I might encourage you to get off just so it doesn't lag the game really bad.
Rude.
Well, that's one way to take it. Here we go now. Look at that. I wish I had Optifine. Oh, so scenic. Whoop, whoop, kiss the slime. And now let's go under. Yeah, and we added cobwebs on this one for aesthetic purposes, but I guess that one doesn't need it because that one isn't as like abandoned. And it's more a spider would be living here since it's smaller. Well, we just made a house. Oh, look at this money shot. Well, actually. There we go. Another flyby, but now with my hotbar off because I realized that I hit the wrong button. And I guess some Discord ASMR. And let's. I had some people just asking me if, because they thought stream ended. How did the stream go? And I'm going to have to explain to them later that stream had some oopses. I'm gonna take a picture of this though. This will be our thumbnail. I hope you liked our stream, chat. Let's set it tonight. And yeah, I'll let you see me make the thumbnail. I try and make thumbnails every time, but I actually do struggle a lot with doing things like this. But that'll be it. I hope you had a nice time. And I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to be streaming. We planned for it to be whack, but it turns out we hit a bump in the road. So I'll be back like Wednesday, probably with something else. Maybe next Wednesday we can handle the champion of whack. Have a good time and be safe.